family. Shalom, shalom. Climb on in. Climb on in. Dang, how do I invite people in? Hold on, y'all. Let me figure out how to invite people in while I'm sharing my screen. Y'all climb on in. I want to go over a few things, show y'all how to self-diagnose yourselves and stuff like that today. I guess y'all gonna have to climb on in on your own. Okay, here you go. Invite friends. Y'all climb on in this deal. Let me invite everybody. Hold on. Pull all of y'all on up in here. Yeah, y'all know when y'all see my screen, when y'all see my screen looking like this means I got a little presentation for y'all. So hold on, I'm just adding everybody in. And then we're gonna go and get this started. Peace, peace, peace. Started off with this picture right here. Blow it up for y'all. Hold on, let me let y'all climb in. Let me look through y'all on my phone because I can't see nothing else that's going on. Can y'all hear me good? I gotta go on my phone and look at my own live real quick. Okay, all praises. Paris Lockhart, peace, peace, brother. Jay Storm, peace, peace. DeWitt, peace, peace. Shalom, shalom. Alicia, shalom, shalom. Lachina, shalom, shalom. Y'all climb on here. So what I want to show y'all today is I really want to talk about iridology and talk about how the eyes is truly the window to the soul. I'm finna show y'all some techniques here for y'all can literally look at y'all eyes and diagnose yourself and figure out, I don't care what's going on with your body, you will be able to look inside of your irises and figure out what's going on with your body. All right. So I'm gonna let a few more people climb in and then we're gonna go and get this started. But look, these are perfect and good techniques to show you how to self-diagnose yourself. Before you go to the doctor, before you go anywhere, you can look inside your eyes, take a picture of your eyes. You better apply these techniques and you will be able to see what's going on. All right. The technical term is iridology, but it don't have nothing to do with your ears. It's actually called iridology because we literally talking about your irises and looking at consistencies and inconsistencies and weaknesses, genetic weaknesses, strengths, and literally showing whether you are calcium deficiency, whether you done had STDs before. I mean, down to broken bones, down to whether you've been taking too many pharmaceutical medications and prescriptions. You can see all of that through the eye, y'all. All right. You can see all of that through the eye. So the eyes is truly the windows to the soul. All right. So I just want to go through a few things with y'all. Y'all make sure that y'all are writing this down and y'all have something y'all can go back to. All right. Y'all know how to do my little janky presentations. So let me log out of this picture and log in and click on another one. So if y'all ready to get it started, y'all type in some nines, we'll get it started. We'll get it started. Type in some nines and let's go. And make sure y'all writing this stuff down, okay? We finna get into some deep stuff here where you can like go to your bathroom, take a picture of your eye and look and see what's going on in your body yourself. And we finna prove this scientifically. It's out there. Everybody's talking about it but us. Why do everybody have our knowledge but us? We the only people that have lost their knowledge that don't even have it no more. So I'm here to help us get it back. All right, so if y'all ready to get this started, type in some nines. All right, let's do it. Let's get her done. All right, so I really want to start it off. We can start it off with these eyes right here. All right. All right, so look, these are eyes right here, right? Now, what you are actually looking at when you're looking at an eye, okay, this middle part, this black part right here is called the pupil. All right, the pupil. When you get into this part right here, y'all see this little line right here? This little line. Let's just go a couple meters out. They literally call this the collarette, okay? Where my marker's at. Then when you go out to this little tree-like thing that's going right here, this is literally called the pupillary sphincter, y'all. The pupillary sphincter, okay? All this that I'm on now, where you see these rings at, like a ring of a tree, we're going to talk about that too. But these rings, wherever these rings at, this is actually called the iris, okay? And then the white part, of course, is called the sclera. All right, we'll go through it one more time. The black part is the pupil. Write this stuff down because we finna go deep into this. Once we break this knowledge down, look, it's mind-blowing. And then, look, if you think I'm lying, test it yourself. Do everything I'm finna teach y'all today. Go to the bathroom and look at your own eyes and mark it down. It will be able to track your life since you came from your mother's womb because the eyes is literally the windows to the soul. Scientifically proven, y'all. All right, so this black part again, this is what you call the pupil. All right, just go not even a half an inch out. You call this the what? You call that the correlate or the collarette. That's what they call it, the correlate or the collarette. When you see these little signs right here, they call this the pupillary sphincter. All this area right here is called the iris, where you see these tree rings at. And these tree rings are actually nerve rings due to stress, y'all. So if you have this in your eyes, you're very stressed out. All right, and we're going to talk about the color of them and all of that and how that correlate with your body, how you can even look inside your body to tell if you have herpes, parasites, I mean, all of that, all through the eyes, y'all. And then when you get to the white part, of course, that's called the sclera. All right, now look, check this out. So the whole thing about eyes, the reason why you can look inside of your eyes and you can tell what's going on inside of your body, literally because your eyes have over 28,000 nerve endings inside of them. All right, let me say that again. Your eyes have over 28,000 nerve endings. Do y'all know what that means? Okay, so you have a spinal cord, you have a central nervous system, right? All these nerves are embedded inside that spinal cord. Each nerve inside of your spinal cord that go out through your whole entire body, the ending of them end up in your eye. All right, the next part that you have that have over 23,000 nerve endings is your belly button. Why is that? Because it used to be attached to an umbilical cord. Okay, the next one after that is your anus. So these are three places where you have a lot of nerve endings at. In your irises, or what we call your eyes, and your belly button, which used to be connected to your spiritual cord that was connected to your mother's, and in your anus. Okay, these were most of these things are at. Now, what is the eye used for? The eyes is usually used for simple things like reflecting and stimulating light. Okay, seeing is a chemical process. Seeing, you're seeing through a lens that's seen in the back of your cerebellum that projects an image upside down, and about time you looking at it in the back of your brain is looking right side up. Well, how are you seeing these things? It's reflected through light, y'all. Reflected through light. Okay, so look, if your eyes, check this out. I'm trying to say this. So look, the extension of your nervous system is your eyes. It receives information and it reflects information. So when you're looking out into something and it downloads that database, it goes into the back of your cerebellum and you read it, and that's how you read back out. Well, it also, if I look inside your eyes, I can read and reflect what's going on inside of your body. It's a mirror. That's why if you get a camera and you take the lens off and you look inside the lens, what do you see? You see a mirror. So I literally can look in the lenses of your eyes and it'll reflect everything that's going on throughout your whole entire body eternally and internally. Y'all think I'm lying? Look this stuff up. This how deep this is. So the eyes are literally a window to the soul. Spiritually, when we do the spiritual readings over the eyes, you can tell if somebody been touched before. You can tell if somebody went through traumatic trauma and a whole lot of stress in their life. You can tell if somebody suffered from chronic STDs. You can tell if somebody literally had masturbation problems. All these things. You can tell if somebody is very tired, and you can tell if people are tough and don't like giving up. Somebody that just get through it, no matter what they going through. All these things can be seen in the eye, whether we speaking scientifically or spiritually, because the eyes are the window to the soul. Period. All right, so now look, we done broke down the eyes and everything. Now, what I really want y'all to write down is, so the eyes are created from what you call the ectoderm. If y'all heard my last teaching, I was speaking about the ectoderm, the mesoderm. Okay, all these derms. These are the things that are created when the embryonic cell is created, before the baby becomes a fetus and before it comes a newborn baby. It's an embryo. All right, this embryo is where the eyes was made from the ectoderm, which is the same skin cells that the neural tube was created from, the same skin cells that the brain is created with, the same skin cells that the nervous system created with, the same skin cells that the glands are created with, teeth, enamel, skin, and your skin. So whenever something is wrong in your eyes, I'll be able to tell you what's going on in your brain. I'll be able to tell you what's going on inside your nervous system. I'll be able to tell you what's going on with your glands and which gland is down. I can tell if you have bad teeth or not by looking in your eyes. And I can tell your skin. All right, if we got that so far, type in some nines, we're going to keep going. And if I need to slow down, let me know, family, because I'm here to teach y'all, but we can learn this knowledge before we can quit going to these people and letting them kill us. So if y'all getting it so far, type in some nines. And for people that's just climbing in, not really, bro. What are you not getting, Lakeisha? What are you not getting? What are you not getting? Let me know. Let me know what are we not getting, then I can reiterate real quick. Because there's no point in me doing these. There's no point in me doing these classes if y'all not getting it. All right. Now again, this middle black part is called the pupil. Okay. You don't even have to go a half an inch out. Not even a half an inch out. That's called the collarette. These little squiggly lines, even when you come over here on my left side of the screen, right? Where y'all see my marker at. That is called the pupillary sphincter. This outside where all these rings at, back to my right side, this is called the iris. Okay? And then this white part is called the sclera. Now let's break this stuff down. I want to move on to another eye. Just another eye. I just want to show y'all different things. So far we got that the eyes was created to be an extension of the nervous system. It was created for you to receive information through light and to reflect information through light. Okay, it's stimulated through light. Now I want to get into constitutions and genetic heritage, because that's what we're going to talk about, because I can see all your ancestors through your eyes, just like we can figure that out through your kidney process. All right, so let's do it. Let's look at some more pictures and then we're going to break this stuff down. I just want y'all to get familiar with certain irises. Here go another eye. Let me blow this up. Okay. Now, we're going to break this eye down first. Now, the thing about an eye, when you break down an eye, the eye is going to tell you everything. For one thing I want to break down, there is no such thing as green eyes. There is no such thing as gray eyes. Okay? There is no such thing as yellowish green eyes. There's only 3 eyes, period. 3 eyes. The first eye color is lymphatic blue. Okay? There's a true lymphatic blue eye. The second color is called biliary hazel brown. So we got a blue eye that is a true eye. You have a hazel brown eye that is a true eye. The second one is called a hematogenic true brown eye. And you have a brown eye. So we have dark brown eyes, hazel eyes, and blue eyes. Any other eye color that you see is literally a genetic weakness. I'm sitting here and I'm stating that fact. That is a fact, y'all. Truth is, I learned a little bit about eyes and ears and sound waves. Yes, and we finna get into it right now, Queen. You see that? So you have the lymphatic blue eye. These are more in your Caucasians, okay? You see this in certain areas in Africa where they got blonde hair and blue eyes, showing that they got the bloodline that they got in them, okay? The other one is biliary mixed hazel brown eyes, and then the next one you have is homotogenetic true brown eyes, and that's your dark brown eyes, okay? That's period. So if you see any eyes that's gray, you see any eyes that's green, you see any eyes that's any color other than these colors that I just mentioned, they're either dealing with mineral deficiency, they're either dealing with bad livers, they're either dealing with down kidneys, or they dealing with a lot of sulfur and antibiotics. You can see all this in eyes, and it show up in the eyes. If you see a true hazel, that is a true eye. Right now, what we looking at is a hazel eye. This is what you call a hazel eye that we looking at. It's called a biliary eye. Okay. Now, when you look at this eye, the first thing somebody will tell you is it is beautiful. And I agree, it is. It looks very beautiful. No eyes are the same. All eyes have their own fingerprint on them. And that's how you're able to read the inside of the body and read the central nervous system and the autonomic nervous system. That's how I'm able to tell you if your kidneys are up and down or not. But when you're looking at eyes, we're supposed to be looking for constitutions. Okay. Now, when you get into the word constitutions is just showing you the genetic heritage of an eye. Let's pull up these true blue eyes real fast. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. All right. Now, when you're looking at a constitution, here go constitution right here. If you look at the left, I'm looking at the screen. If you look at my left, right, where I have my marker at, this is a good constitutional eye. The reason why I say that is because the lines are very, very straight. It's called the tubercle eye. Y'all see these tubercular lines? It's like silky lines that's very, very close to each other. This means you have good eyes. This means you have good genetics. This means your ancestors were very, very healthy because you actually get your eyes passed down through your father's lineage. I'm not talking about the color. I'm talking about the constitutions. Now, if you look over to my right and look at this eye, the constitutions are very, very wide, very, very spread apart. Look like potholes is in the eye. This is an inconsistency in the genetic makeup. Okay. So let's go back over to my left again. You see this silk-like things. The lines are very, very close together. Okay. Now, when you get to the right, you see that the lines are not close together at all. Well, each eyes are created different due to what the mother was doing while you was in her stomach, or doing before she even had you, what the father was doing before he actually ejaculated into the mother, because the seed goes inside the mother, but that seed becomes the central nervous system. That seed, the head of that sperm becomes a mature brain. That spinal cord, or what they call the tail of the sperm, becomes the nervous system, created into a zygote. That becomes the fetus or the embryo. The embryo becomes the fetus. The fetus becomes the infant becomes the toddler becomes the child grow up to be a human being. So you're literally getting your genetic makeup in your eyes from your ancestral tree. All right. Now look, let's go back out. I want to explain a few things to y'all before we actually start breaking down these eyes. So when you look at the eyes, this is an iris. Now we see that it's a lot of different patterns that's going on when you look at an eye. Okay. Now, if you look down in this area right here with my marker at, that's showing you that silk-like. This is marker 1. When you see them lines very, very close together like that, that's showing that you have good genetics. Usually people like this don't get sick often. Okay. Usually people like this don't get sick often. Very few colds, never had chicken pox, flu, nothing like that. Now, when you get over into 2, this is where it starts getting kind of bad at, because now you're starting to see spaces in the eye. Okay. Now, these spaces are called lacuna. Now, when you see lacunas, that means that there's genetic gaps. And how you spell lacuna is Laconia. Laconia. These openings I'm talking about. Whenever you see these openings, these are gaps between genetics. These are gaps between centuries. These are gaps between generations. These are supposed to be filled up, especially if they're real dark. But we're going to get into that too. So we looking at 1, we see the silk-like villi or tuberculous in the eye. Then you get to the second part. Now you're seeing all these laconias in the eyes, which is these potholes or these spaces. Now you get to 3. 3 is the same way. You get to 4, 5, and 6. Now each eyes are actually woven in a different way. You see, you have the silk one. You have eyes that look like they're hardwood. You have eyes that look like they're very soft woods. You have eyes that look like they're burlap. And when you get into so-called African-American eyes, we mostly look like we burlap eyes, or what they call velvet. And I'm show y'all that too. And it's amazing how all of our eyes look very different. And I'm not talking about the color, because you only get 3 color eyes. You either blue, hazel brown, or dark brown. But when you key in on them eyes with a microscope, our eyes is even woven and netting different from any other nation. You have medium wool, and then you have muslin. These are all your different eye sets. So look, whenever the gap get bigger, that means you have different dispensations in your eyes or different chronic disease. All right. Now, when your eyes start getting bad or your body start getting bad, you have something called acute. Okay. Acute means that you're just now starting to get bad. I'm going to spell that in here. Okay. Acute. I'm spelling it now, family. I just put that in the board. That's acute. Acute meaning you got a cold. Now you got the flu. The flu is called subacute. I'm putting it in here, y'all. Write all this down. Subacute. Now what subacute is, meaning, okay, now I don't have the cold anymore. I done got the flu. Okay. Now you moving on to a stage. Literally, once you get to the acute, to the subacute, now you moving on to either greater stages, and this is called chronic. I'm putting that in there too. Chronic is when you really start seeing them black spots in the eye. That's chronic. That means you literally have something going on with inside of your cells. Chronic. Now, after it reached the chronic stage, if you haven't fixed it yet, because I'm showing you how to self-diagnose yourself right now. Once it leaves from chronic, it goes into degenerate. Degenerate literally means that your cellular tissues start breaking down. Well, guess what they call this in any laboratories? They're either going to call it HIV, AIDS, or cancer, y'all. And that's a degenerate stage. Degenerate. And if I ain't spelling it right, y'all respell it for me. Degenerate. All right, so we got acute, we got subacute, we got chronic, and we got degenerate. That's what's going on. Now, let me walk it to you. This is a perfect eye. Perfect eye in level 1. Y'all see 1? Let me blow it up for y'all. 1, perfect, silk. The constellations is very, very, very perfect inside the eyes. Y'all see it? Then when you get to 2, we start seeing acute going on here. We seeing gaps. We seeing black spots. We seeing holes inside the irises, looking like black holes in outer space, not filled with anything, full of void, full of misunderstanding, full of sulfur, full of all these things that's not supposed to be happening. Then you go to 3. All right, 3, you getting into your subacute. We still see the trabecular, the trabeculosa in the eyes. We still see the villi in the eyes. We still see the lines there, but they're bigger gaps. Then we going up into 4. Now the gap's getting even bigger. You starting to lose the integrity of your eye. Now we getting into literally, we went from subacute. Now we getting into chronic. Then you get to 5. You see how spaced out these is? That done went from chronic to literally degenerative. And then once you get to degenerative, your last stage is what they call HIV, AIDS, and all that. You start seeing spots on the back of the tongue, lymph nodes be swollen, popping, and all other things. All right, so look, now what we have to do is we have to apply this thing to the eyes. I want y'all to look at something else too. All right. Now, this is showing y'all the colors of them too. Not only if you look down at this corner, the blacker it get, the more chunks are taken out of your iris. Y'all see that? The blacker it get, the more chunks are taken out of your iris. This is a half an iris right here. So when you see them deep, dark spots, that means there's literally pieces and chunks of your DNA in your protein, or what they call simple amino acid structures, or missing from the chain. And whenever you missing amino acid structures, a sickness take place. You see how much you get just by going to the mirror and looking in your eyes? You see that? So can you reverse this effect? Of course you can. Of course you can. We're going to get to that though. But I want to go in order, y'all. All right. Now, this is on paper. This showing y'all. Let me go out. It says 4 signs in the iris. You got acute, protruding on the surface is acute. You got subacute. You see that? Lying just beneath the surface. Then you got chronic, deep beneath the surface. Then you got destroyed tissues, or what you call degenerative tissues. This is very deep beneath, and it shows you right here. All right. Now, a lot of us, 99% of us on this chat right now, have these things going on with our eyes. We just never been taught how to truly look at our eyes. We've never been taught this. And the question is, why? Why haven't we never been taught these things? Why are they keeping these from us like it's a big secret or something? Because it is. Because death is big business. Death has literally became an industry, y'all. All right? Now, the best thing to do when reading eyes is always start from right to left, y'all. Always read the right eye first and then go to the left eye. All right, so let's pull up an eye. Which ones do I want to do? I want to start with the eyes that I started off with first anyway. Let's start off with these. All right. So in order to figure out if it's a right or left eye, you always look at the pupil. The pupil will always be the closest to the nose. Okay? So if we looking at the eye right here where I'm on, the pupil is actually closer to the nose, so this would be a left eye. Okay, this will be a left eye. When you look at this one, it's actually closer to the nose, so this one would be a right eye. So this is a left eye, this is a right eye. I want to read the right eye first, which is what my marker's on. Okay, I want to read a right eye first. Now the beautiful thing about this is you read eyes like a clock. So 12 o'clock will be straight down, y'all. Y'all see my marker? 12 o'clock will be straight down. All right. I can actually draw on here. Okay. This is 12 o'clock. Okay, that's 12 o'clock. We always start at 6. We're going to always start at 6 o'clock and work our way around. 12. We're going to start at 6. So when you start at 6, you always look at the pupil first. We see the pupil. You see it's a little glare over this pupil. So this pupil look like it has an acute stage of what? Glaucoma. It have a glare over it. So now we know that it's something wrong with the pancreas. It's something wrong with the insulin production. It's something wrong with the blood sugar. Because we have a little glare over the iris. Make sure when you're looking in the mirror, you're looking for glares and stuff like that. Okay? Now we finna start looking at the actual pupil, because the pupil is directly connected to the central nervous system. We have to make sure that the pupil is not bleeding out into the collarette. Remember, this is the collarette right here. We got to make sure that that pupil is not bleeding out into the collarette. Now, if you actually look right here, we see that the pupil is bleeding out a little bit. It's supposed to be a fine circle right here, but we see the pupil is just bleeding out a little bit into the collarette. What do that mean? That means that the central nervous system is suppressed inside of the large intestine. Inside of the large intestine. So what makes me say that? The collarette is this spot right here. This deals with your intestines. Okay? This deals with your stomach, I mean. So now we see that the central nervous system is infecting the stomach. This is stomach. All these grooves and all these lines are not supposed to be here like that. They're supposed to look silk-like, or they're supposed to be woven real tight and knitting real tight like velvet. But in this particular case, this is not. Okay? So now when you're looking at the stomach, you start finding these gashes, or what we would call, literally what we call lacornia. This is what these gashes call when they get real bad. They call it acute or subacute lacornias. We see that there's inconsistency within the integrity of her stomach. So now we know that she got stomach problems. This is a woman, by the way. She got stomach problems. She looked like she have acid problems. Look at them. So now, first thing I want to do is go down. I see the stomach's messed up. Let me go down to 6 o'clock. Let me see what's going on at 6 o'clock. When you actually get into the eye at 6 o'clock on the left eye, straight down is the thigh, the hip, and the bone and foot. We see that they had thigh, hip, and bone and foot injuries before. You see the lines, the grooves? And look how long it go. This is not supposed to protrude outside of the papillary sphincter, but it is. So they literally had thigh, knee, and hip problems before when you go down. And notice it cuts into these nerve rings. These things that you see that look like tree rings, these are actually nerve rings. These are stress rings. Whenever anybody's eyes have rings around it, that is chronic stress, and it is suppressing the autonomic nervous system. Okay? So now we're looking at these eyes, and I'm starting at 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock on the left eye, and it's showing you, okay, she most definitely has some thigh problems. She might have tore a heel, a tendons, or something. Something went wrong with her foot. Something went wrong with her thigh, her knee, and her foot. Okay? That's what happened. We between 6 and 7 o'clock. Here goes 6 right here. This is going to be 7 right here. Okay? Now, we're going to go a couple minutes over, and then we're going to check out her adrenals. Her adrenal glands is right here. Y'all see that? These are the adrenals. Do y'all see this gash? This means that her adrenals are very, very shot, and they look like they hyperactive. Notice we see that black spot. We read that when you see a black spot, that means that it's in a degenerative stage. Y'all see what's going on? So we looking at the adrenals, and I'm going to show y'all a cover, and I'm making my own cover too, where y'all be able to actually go on my website and buy the things off of there. They're only going to be for like $5 or something like that. And you can print them out, and you can use these and mark on your eyes with her. When we get our classes up and do our ideology classes, y'all get them for free. So look, check out her adrenals. So now we know she got adrenal problems. Well, what's your adrenals used for? They used for what? The top of your blood pressure, meaning that she must have high blood pressure. She's dealing with some type of high blood pressure, and is used for calcium utilization. So we know she's going to have some type of calcium deficiency, or her thyroid gland is producing too much thyroid. Too much thyroxine, which is producing too much calcium, which is going to strip out all the magnesium from her body. Okay? Now, right down above the adrenals, we're going to look at the kidneys. So I don't really see any kidney marks in her. I see a little bit right here, meaning that it's mostly her adrenals, but the kidneys will be right here, y'all. You see a little bit, okay? I see a couple of sporas. Sporas are just little spots. A spore is right here. This is a spora. And what a spore means toxicity settlement, or somebody that took drugs or something before. So if you look inside your eyes, here go another spora. Just little bitty black dots out of nowhere for no reason. Little bitty black dots. You know what I'm saying? Out of nowhere for no reason. Can you see the age in the eyes? Yes, you actually can. You can see the age in the eyes, just like you can see the age on a tree by the nerve rings. By the nerve rings. So I can tell right here she's in her early 40s. Early 40s. Early 40s. You see that? So once we get right here, now we are looking, okay? We see that she got black deposit spots, or what you call sporas. Okay, a lot of people call these sporas, and these are black spots, and these are toxic or toxicity settlements and drug use. And when I mean drug use, the body look at cocaine and pharmaceutical medicine as the same thing. All right, the body look at cocaine and pharmaceutical medicine as the same thing. And when you see a lot of antibiotics built up in it, that's a lot of sulfur. You're gonna look at more of a yellowish orangish color. More of a yellowish orangish color. All right, let's keep going. So look, let's go back to 6 o'clock. So far, what we understand and what we done seen. All right, let me get back over here. 6 o'clock, what we done understand and what we done seen is we most definitely see some knee problems, some thigh problems, some foot problems. We most definitely need to work on the parathyroid, because this is showing you that it's some connective tissue issues is going on right here. We got to get them attendants back strong. Most definitely do calcium, magnesium to strengthen the bones in this area. And you will see when you start actually aiding the body and doing things to the body, these things go away. These things literally go away. You know what I'm saying? All right. Now, when you actually go over to the left a little taste, you know what I'm saying? Now we getting into the kidney area. When you get into the kidney area, you don't really see nothing. You see just a little groove, but we most definitely see that she has some adrenal glands problems up in here, up in this area. Most definitely adrenal glands problems. Okay. And then when you go down, we see the black spots, or the black deposits, the spora. These sporas is just showing that they had a lot of drugs in their life. Maybe a lot of medication, maybe high blood pressure medication, because we see that their adrenals is out of whack. Who knows? All right. Now we're going to keep it going. All right. Once you go over and go a couple minutes over, we get into the anus and the rectum. Let's look. What do we see in the anus and the rectum? We see that we have grooves in the anus and the rectum right here, meaning, you know, hemorrhoid problems, probably fluke worms, parasites, something is going on in the anus area. Something is going on. And then if you get right here, right outside, when we get in the pupillary sphincter, this is grease deposits. Y'all see all of these? This is grease deposits. Y'all see that little smear right there? That means that they're eating a lot of fried foods and that they need to calm down on their grease, calm down on the fried foods. All right. Now, before we're going to keep going around the clock, once I get to 9 o'clock, we're going to hop back up into the large intestines and the small intestines. Okay. If y'all getting some understanding, overstanding, and understanding so far, y'all type in some 9s. Type in some 9s if y'all get some understanding, overstanding, and understanding. We'll keep it going. If y'all understanding everything I'm saying so far, let me know. If y'all got any questions so far, what y'all done learned so far, let me know. Because I really want to get through this before we can get through some more. Let me know. We'll keep it pushing. Okay, well, I guess y'all ain't got none. Let's get it. Okay, so look, when you keep going, now we at 7 o'clock. All right, notice we got another deposit right here, 7 o'clock, right where what we call the penis or the vagina is at, vaginal. We got another deposit right there. Now, it makes you wonder what type of drugs that settle right there. So we had STD problems, we had bad bacteria problems, UTI problems. Something was going on where it left a deposit in a spore right here, right there at 7 o'clock, right where the vagina area is at. Okay, then you keep going up, you see the bladder. But when you get to the bladder area, notice we got a spot right here that this light spot, this light deposit. This light deposit is what you call lymphatic fluid. This is lymphatic fluid right here. So we see it's a lot of congestion of lymphatic fluid or mucosa up on the bladder area. This is the bladder area, okay? A little bit after 7 o'clock. Now we moving up into the back area. This is your whole back area right here, okay? Now, when you get to that back area, notice what we got going on in her upper neck. This is your upper neck line right here, right? I mean, mid right on 8 o'clock. Y'all see that? And do y'all see how acute that is? Well, that's subacute. You see the black lines and how we dig in deep and how they spread apart? That's chronic and that's inflammation. Y'all see the white deposits on there? Not only is it black, but it's white deposits on there. That's showing that that neck, that upper neck is very, very inflamed right now. Very inflamed. And she's dealing with a lymphatic and a mucus problem on there. Okay, so we need to most definitely pay attention to that. That's the neck area. All this is upper neck right here. This is mid neck, mid back. This is actual spinal. Okay, this is spinal right here. This is tailbone. Now, what y'all see in this black ring is called a skin ring. Okay, when that black ring like that is real black like that, that means she have skin issues. Now, peep how the black ring, or what we will really call the sclera, is bleeding off into the iris. It's bleeding off into the skin ring. And y'all see that little blotch smoke area right here? That's showing you that she have high cholesterol. She have high cholesterol. It's not that high, because I'm gonna show you one where you see it's very high yet. I mean very degenerative. So it's not that high, but we see we got high cholesterol and we have skin problems. Write all this stuff down. Okay. Now that's around 9 o'clock right there. Now when we go 9 o'clock, let's go ahead and keep going, because I really want to get to these spots that I'm talking about here, and these big old grooves. I mean literally big grooves right at 10:30, because 10 o'clock right here, right at 10:30, this is where your forehead, your headaches, your eyes, and your sinuses at. So we can tell she suffered from a lot of headaches, a lot of nasal congestion, a lot of sinus problems, a lot of headaches, whole lot of them, a lot of forehead headaches, a lot of stress headaches. Look how that big old nerve ring goes straight through there. So this is a really stressed area for her. Y'all see that? Now let's look at her mucosa membrane. This whole line right here is the mucosa membrane. It look kind of inflamed, don't look too bad. Look kind of inflamed, don't look too bad. Okay? Now, when you go down from the headaches, this deposit right here literally represents her autonomic nervous system. Notice that deep deposit, but it makes sense because she have very stressed nerve rings. We went down here and seen that she had bad adrenals. So what's going on with her is most definitely a nervous system problem. Most definitely a nervous system problem. She need to most definitely get some of my brain and nerve and adrenal tinctures, my brain and nerve and adrenal capsules. She need to change to an all fruit diet so she can get the right amount of electrolytes in her, flavonoids and tannins and cumins in her, and she need to go for it and really pull on that nervous system and revitalize that nervous system. And she most definitely need to stop all sugars. And we see that this eye is very, very, very dehydrated. So she needs to intake on her water. She need to intake on her water. All right. Now let's move up. We're going to move up to 11 o'clock. See, the thing I like about 11 o'clock is going to let you know all about your pineal gland. This will be 11 o'clock right here, y'all. Let me move down. So we got 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock, we see that this is mind aligning, and this is the pineal right here. So we see that she probably have insomnia, stay up all night, sleeping problems because she's not producing enough melatonin. She's not producing enough melatonin. So basically, you can identify what's wrong with someone just by looking in someone's eyes. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. It's called iridology. It's an actual science, and it's real. It's real, and man, it's real. And it's not wrong at all. When I say it's 100% real, 100% real. They've been doing it for centuries now. And they got this knowledge from our ancestors, y'all. They got this knowledge from our ancestors, and of course, they keep it from us. If you want to hide something from a brother or a sister, what you do? Keep it in the book. You know what I'm saying? And you can actually tell your heritage and your constitution that came from your ancestors by looking into the window of the souls. Well, we all know that the window of the soul is the eye. So check out this pineal gland. So she probably suffering from insomnia, because if she get good sleep, you wouldn't see these markings right here. These markings ain't that black and they not cutting that deep. So I say this is subacute. All right. When you go over just a little bit, it's a little bit. This is the pituitary gland. The pituitary gland is one of the master glands of the body. Remember, you have your pineal gland and your pituitary gland. It's the same way. So we know that she probably got some connective issues, and we understand that because when you go 6 o'clock again, something was wrong with her foot, her knee, and her thigh. So you can the eyes is telling me what's going on with her right now. And you can see when you start really scamming the rest of the iris, you can see they're all connected together. It's making sense. You see that? All right. Now, when you go up, this goes into the vertebrae of the brain. This goes into your visual, your senses. This part right here is your cerebellum. So we see that it is most definitely stress rings on the brain, on that back part of the cerebellum. Okay. When we go up here, we see this is her hair. She might be thinning and losing hair because we have lymphatic deposits right there on her hair and her scalp. Right there. That's right there at probably like, I give it 11:30 right there. All right. Now, I don't want to read the top of her eyes because I can't see it, and I don't want to be misdiagnosing or misquoting. Now, when you go straight up, 12 o'clock is energy. 12 o'clock is energy. We see that she do have some energy problems, but she be pulling through. Most people you see with bad energy problems, it goes straight up and down. Like for instance, this person right here, that's bad energy right there. You see that thick, dark groove at 12 o'clock? Bad energy. You know what I'm saying? Always tired, always tired. Once we look at her, we really see that it ain't that bad going up. It's right here when you get to the pupillary sphincter, but it stops, and then it's another little groove right here, but then she got a heightened nerve ring. All right. Now you see the brown and the yellowish spot. So when you see lymphatic fluid on the brain, on the eye, and throughout the body in certain places, it's usually white. When it start turning like this brownish yellowish color, that means it's been there stagnated for a long time. We still can get this out within a quick amount of time. Now, when it start turning brownish black, that means we finna have to cleanse for a long time. We finna have to dig deep into them cells, put you on an all grape diet, put you on some very, very strong herbs from Africa, and make you do some water fasting, some juice fasting, a lot of fasting to pull out all that lymph that's stagnated throughout the body. All right. Now, this part right here from 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock is dealing with all brain, This side is the cerebellum. This side is also the cerebellum, but they dealing with different things. So right at the class, 11 o'clock, you're dealing with the pineal gland, the pituitary gland. Then up, you're dealing with visual. You're dealing with your visualization. You're dealing with your senses. And right here, you're dealing with blood pressure. But I already could tell y'all that her blood pressure was high right here because, again, remember her adrenals. Her adrenals was messed up right here, her adrenals. So we know systolic and diastolic. We know that the adrenals and the kidneys is a exact replica of your blood pressure, which is supposed to be 120/80. So it all makes sense. It's all lining up. When you get to this side of the brain, okay, between 12 and 1 o'clock, we see that this is brain stem right here. This is a whole brain stem. This shows you that she don't have a lot of good connection between her spinal cord and her brain, meaning she have a lot of foggy memory. She have a lot of blackouts. She can be thinking a thought and then she lose it. All right? She can be thinking a thought and then boom, dang, what was I just thinking? She'd be looking for a phone while her phone in her hand. Be looking for her glasses, but her glasses is on her face. Little stuff like that. And I'm not talking, I'm just using certain types of scenarios. Okay, now we're getting over into the neck region. The neck region is going to be 1 to 2 o'clock, and I want to go to another sample to show y'all that of full eyes. Okay, I want to go to another sample of full eyes to show you that. Now, this person, if you're looking at the woven in the eyes, and you're looking at how the eyes are set up and inside the irises, I can tell you right now that this lady is like Philippine or mixed or white. She's not a so-called Negro. Because when you look at a so-called Negro eyes, remember, they have a velvet pattern inside their eyes. This is a Negro eyes. See that velvet pattern? Velvet, closely woven. Closely woven. And that's the constellations that we should be looking for inside of ours. But I'm going to show you mixed people. I'm going to show you full blood Caucasians. All of us have different eye patterns, okay? All right, now let's move over. I want to move over and run through his real quick. Now we see that his constellations are very, very, and the thing about good constellations, the thing about them is that you don't see the signs coming. That's why when black people get sick, it be towards the end. Soon as they find out they sick, it's stage 4 cancer. You see what I'm saying? Soon as they find out they HIV positive, they at the end of it. Soon as they find out that they thought they had the cold, they got the flu. The reason why is because this shows you that the symptoms don't creep on you quick because we have such a strong ancestral line. Look at the patterns. Look how closely woven ours is. You couldn't even see through these things. But when you actually get inside of the pupillary sphincter, you see that he have a lot of problems going on. He have a lot of problems going on, especially when you get inside of his stomach area. Look inside of his stomach area. This is the collarette, the stomach area. And most definitely look at these dilated pupils, meaning that his central nervous system is always active. He's very hypersensitive to everything. Now look at the cardiac, look at the pupillary sphincter. All right. These are going to be your small and large intestines. All this right here will be the large intestines. This on this side, we ain't gonna read them because we got this little light right here. And that's your small intestines. We see he got a lot of things going on. We see that he got a lot of problems going on with his groin. A lot of problems going on with the groin. We have a lot of problems going over right here with the arm and elbows and the hands. He most definitely need his spleen clean, which means he giving birth to bad blood. You see that? We got lower abdomen, lower stomach problems, abdominal problems. Let's check out his heart. His heart is going to be right at 210. 210 is the heart. Ain't nothing really wrong with his heart. We got a lot of dryness going on. He need to drink some more water. Something's very wrong with his thymus gland. Now look at that thymus. That thymus is degenerative. You can see straight through that. It's black. It's very black. We got to watch out for stuff like that. And these are just quick readings, y'all. And I can show y'all how to do all of this stuff. All right. Now look, let's go to some more. Now this is I actually got these today. From a sister. I want to read these. What we want to start off with first? Let's start off with her right eye first. We're gonna start off with her right eye. All right. Now remember how you read the eye. All right. This is a so-called Negro, African American, or Israelite. Okay. Let's look at her eye. Let's blow her eye on up. Now remember, you can tell which eye is on by how close the actual pupil is to the nose. So wherever the pupil's at, wherever it's closest to, is always closest to the nose. For some reason, with your equilibrity, the pupil always find the nose. So even if we didn't see this part right here, we know for a fact that this will be her right eye because look where her pupil's at. Her pupil is slightly to the right if you're looking at it. Okay? Y'all see that? Y'all get some understanding so far? Type in some nines. Y'all got any questions so far? Type in some nines. Let me see. How long does it take to repair eyes or body systems when they are in a degenerative state? It depends on your immune system response. It depends on your constellations. It depends on how strong your genetics are. It depends on how strong your DNA is. From a degenerate state, we done seen people recover within 45 days. And I'm talking about stage 4 cancer. But sometimes we done seen 9 months. It all depends on your immunity response when it comes to stuff like that. And that's what you get from your ancestors. That's what you literally get from the people that came before you. Literally. Like, we have to understand that we are literally creations of our fathers and our mothers. And we constantly passing ourselves down. That's how you can live forever through your children. Because you're passing down your DNA. And not only are you passing down your DNA, you passing down what's consistent in your DNA and what's inconsistent in your DNA. You passing down what's weak in your DNA, and you passing down what's strong in your DNA. That's just how this thing rolls. But this show you how spiritually we are. Me and my friends too, always sunbathe. All right, we ain't got no more questions. Let's keep it going. Okay, let's do this sister eye. This is the sister's right eye. So let's see. Now, when we first look at her eye, I'm automatically looking that she got nerve rings. Okay, so she's been stressed a lot in her life. She's been stressed. Looking at everything, she's looking about mid 40s, 45, 46, 47, give or take. Okay. Now the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna scan and I'm gonna look for spots and deposits. I see a few right here. I see 1, I see 2, 3, I see 4. Okay, I see 4 for definite. And then I'm looking at these big old grooves, or what we call what? The spores. You see that? Now when the spores. When we look at the spores and we look at these spots and we looking at these things are very, very big. Look at these corners. These are very open. So we see that these things was passed down from ancestors, probably passed down from mother and father, and she never really did nothing to start healing them. All right. So I'm looking at that. I'm seeing everything. I see that this is most definitely a true brown eye. You can see the color right here. A true brown eye. This is not a hazel eye. It looks hazel, but it's not. Once you get all this deposit and all of this sulfur and all these antibiotics and stuff off of it, it's going to become back this color. This color is a true brown eye. Okay? True brown eye. Remember, we call it a hematogenic eye. True brown. Okay? Now we're going to start 12 o'clock again. We're going to scan it, and I'm going to always start at my 6. All right? This is her right eye, so we're going to read it from the right perspective. All right, now when you read it from the right perspective, straight up and down right here, it's always the thigh and the knee and foot. Okay, now we're looking at that. So we know something is wrong. Something's been wrong with her thigh, knee, and her foot, but it's her thigh, knee, and her foot, and it's always inside of her colon. This is her small colon. We see as a child that she had a lot of grease and a lot of chicken, a lot of things that she wasn't supposed to be eating with, like grease and corn grease and vegetable oil and stuff like that. You see these big old deposits right there? Because remember, this right here is her iris. We see her iris is bleeding off a little bit. Her iris is bleeding off a little bit in the collarette, meaning that she do have some digestive problems, okay? Because it would be a perfect circle if it wasn't. Now, we see that it is most definitely something wrong with her thigh, knee, and foot. Now, I want to go to the left. This is going to go over to the groin area. Notice what's going on in the groin area here. Notice this big old deposit. This big old deposit indicates that something most definitely is going on, and there is very inconsistency in the DNA structure in there. So we can be looking at anything of thyroids, tumors, cysts, anything like that, because that's the groin area. The groin area will always be at 605. All right, here goes 6. Here goes 605 right here. Okay, the groin area. Now, when you go into 610, which is right here, we see that this is pelvis. This is pelvis and ovaries. So we see it's a lot of things going on in the ovaries as well. So we got the groin area, some things going on, and then we got the ovaries, some things are going on. All right. And all of this is connected to her bowel too, because notice these things are actually coming out of her papillary sphincter, which is this right there. Now the papillary sphincter, the pupillary sphincter is supposed to be closely weaving together. We see that they're very, very close. Very spread apart, meaning that we have a lot of inconsistencies in the DNA. So we're going to have to heal that up. We're going to have to dig deep, especially into that nervous system, because we see she have these nerve rings too as well. But notice that true brown. Once we heal all this, them eyes are going to start changing back to this brown color. All right. 9, how can I get out of wearing glasses? Easy. You got to cleanse up your eyes. It's probably just mucus in your eyes. But look, let's stick to this lesson. We can talk about all that when we're done. All right. Now we're going over into the pelvis area. We see there's some things going on with the pelvis, the ovaries. And when you look up right here, literally you're looking right at, I say about 645. 645, we have pancreas issues. Look at that. All these are pancreas issues. So what's going on with the pancreas, according to the color of the pancreas, it's just like pancreas stress. She's going back and forth between sugars, or she's on a good diet and then she stopped the diet and go on a bad diet. Then she decides to go back on a good diet and then she go back on a bad diet again. Basically like fasting and constantly changing diets, or being back and forth between fighting against being healthy and things that she's addicted to, like bad foods and stuff like that. So it became a wear and tear and stress on that pancreas. Okay. Y'all see that? Now when we get over here, we're getting into the abdomen area. This is a straight sign of the abdomen area right here, showing you that the abdomen is bad. She need to most definitely work on her entire gut. Her entire gut needs to be worked on. But look, if you look down here, she actually got pretty good. She got pretty good constitutions going on. It's just, man, her bowel area, her stomach area, and her major organs need to be worked on. But you can tell she's a fighter though. She don't have no inconsistencies once you really get outside of her pupillary sphincter. All right. So look, we right about 7 o'clock right here. We moving on to 7 o'clock. Once you get to 7 o'clock, which is right here, we're going to move on into 7:30 because I really want to pay big attention into this big old crater right here. This is the liver. All right. Going straight up right here is the gallbladder, but I want to check this liver spot. This liver spot is showing, and due to the color of it is meaning she had a lot of chemicals and medicine in her life. She didn't deal with a lot of chemicals, whether it be breathing, working at a chemical plant or something. Something is going on because this is a deep groove in her. This is actually down into the iris. Remember, we looked and it showed you the stages from acute all the way to degenerate. All right, so when you get down, we know that there's something really going on with the liver in this area. All right. And then now we at 7:30, it's going to move on into 8 o'clock. All right, now we got the deposits. Remember what these deposits are called? They're called spores or spots or toxicity settlements due to drugs, antibiotics, stuff like that. Y'all see them? We got another spot right here. Y'all see them? Look at her energy. When you go up, straight up to 12 o'clock, there's always energy. Y'all see what we got going on there? So we most definitely have to be paying attention to these things. If y'all give me so far, type in some 9s. Y'all give me so far, type in some 9s. We're going to keep it going. And next, I just want to show y'all a blueprint that y'all can download. And y'all can do the same thing yourselves. It's not hard at all, family. This stuff is fairly easy, for real. So let's do it. Show, if y'all, go ahead. If y'all got any questions now, go ask them. According to this lesson, I'm going to show something else. Then I'm going to rap with y'all for a minute. So we going to get up out of here. I just really want to show y'all that. Got me off my thing. All right, I'm back in. Any questions so far? All right, so check this out. Let me blow this up for y'all. All right, so look, here go basic 101 right here, 12 o'clock. This the right eye. You see, you got the brain. You got the face and everything right here. You got the mouth right here. Notice you have the large intestines. You got the small intestines. See that? You got foot, leg. See that? It all plays a part. You got the kidneys. Y'all take a screenshot of this. Dark rings around the eyes is liver. Whenever you're looking at dark rings around the eyes, you're looking at liver. And look, this is just an introduction class, y'all. Just showing y'all something new. We actually start going in real deep on these later, but all these are going to be inside of my my herbal courses and stuff, a part of the self-diagnostic side. Because you have to look at yourself and tell what you're going through before you be able to look at somebody else and tell what they're going through. Then we can tell them what hit them, because what's going to heal them, because the doctors misdiagnose people all the time. So you're going to have to rightly divide and diagnose what's going on with one another through their eyes, because they don't really know us like they know their own people. They diagnose us like we white and we not. They diagnose us based off their melanin content, and our melanin content is way more dominant than theirs. And then from a masculine perspective. So a black woman would go to the doctor's office and she would get diagnosed like a white male. Literally. That's how deep this stuff is. So we must learn our own body and must learn our own way of healing. And all this stuff come from our ancestors, y'all, and it's true. Just look up virology, man. There's so many people that do this. There's people that straight got doctrines in this. This is how accurate this stuff is. You see that? What causes stinging in your eyes? If you got stinging in your eyes, you got dehydration and dry eyes. How long does it take to regenerate the eyes? Y'all ask Steve, I just answered that. It depends on your immunity response. It depends on your immunity response. And this is nothing but an introduction class. It won't be that long. I'm not going to go in that deep. I do want to point out some things, though. So whenever you see nerve rings, let me go back to an eye real fast. We can get up out of here. I'm just gonna give y'all something y'all can go off of. Let me see. Let's go back to the blue eyes. I got more questions too. Let me see. All right, well, let's talk about that real quick. Hold on. Let's go back to some eyes real fast that actually had it. All right, now y'all asking some questions. Dang, I was wondering. Let me do this eye. All right, I want to do this eye. All right, so look, whenever you see whenever you see any type of rings around the eyes, it's going to automatically do with the nervous system. Now, if it's black, that means that it's chemically imbalanced in the nervous system due to the liver, okay? Period. If it's gray, that means it's lymphatic fluid inside of the liver. It's lymphatic fluid inside of the nervous system. All right, so these are the nerve rings. This is due to stress, though. All right, whenever you see white, any type of white in the eye is inflammation and lymphatic fluid. But if lymphatic fluid sit for a long time, it will start changing. The first color it will change is like this yellowish color. Then it'll start turning an orangish color. Then it'll turn brown. Once it turns brown, it start putrefying the cells. Then it turns black. Whenever it turns black, you get spores and different spores. You literally get leuconias. Leuconias is them big old gaps I was telling y'all about. Okay, so nerve rings are right here, y'all. These are nerve rings. Whenever you see white, let me show y'all white. Let me show y'all white real quick. We go back and forth real quick. Give y'all a little crash course. Let me go to my boy eyes. All right. Check this out. Y'all see these white spots? All of that is lymphatic fluid, y'all. Notice it's lymphatic fluid that's been leaving the body, though. Leaving the body. You can tell that he had bad lymph, but now it's leaving the body. But y'all see these white spots, that's lymphatic fluid. Y'all see all this yellow, this sulfur and antibiotics. This sulfur and antibiotic buildup. This yellows. Y'all see this orange deposit right there? These orange deposits. Can y'all see that? Whenever you straight be looking at like this orange deposit, that's connected to the pancreas. Yellow is going to always be kidneys. Always be kidneys. Whenever you see pink, that pinkish reddish color or that light red color, that's your gastric tract. That means you're dealing with bloating. That means you're dealing with something that's going on with your intestines to do with gas. All right, whenever you see them black deposit spots, not only is that drugs, but that is high protein account, high nitrogen inside of your blood. All right. Let's see. Did y'all get them questions answered? Is this the same for the skin around the eyes? Yeah, so look, let me show y'all skin rings. Let me show y'all skin rings. This is a skin ring. This black part around the eye is a skin ring. That's a skin ring right there. So when you see that black part around the eye is a skin ring. So we see right up here, when you go 12 o'clock, the brain and skin is made from the same thing for the same cell called the ectoderm. So her brain and skin connection is very weak right here. 12 o'clock, right in the brain. All right. But this is the skin ring. When you see it real black like that, and it's a very off-stage color than what the eye is supposed to be, that means she got a lot of inconsistencies going on inside of the skin. All right. That's the skin ring on the outside. When you go just a little bit in, so we got the skin ring on the outside. When you go a little bit in, now you're dealing with the lymphatic system. All this is lymphatic system. You see all that little white deposits right here? That's stagnated lymphatic system all inside of it. We got to get that out. Okay? So we got skin rings, we got lymphatic. Fungus is going to be the same thing. Fungus is going to show up and look like sulfur. You're going to see them yellowish, orangish deposits. You're going to see them yellowish, orangish deposits. All right. Y'all got any more questions? Any more questions? I'll let your brother. Then we're going to get up out of here. Let me see. Let me go back through. What causes strain? I already answered that. Yeah, I think. Somebody want to get their eyes read? Go on the website, call into the office. Call into the office and tell them you need a reading. Take me to reading, and I'm gonna have it on the website where I can show y'all how to take the pictures correctly. That way y'all can actually send them to me the correct way, and they blowing up and they actually look like this. Cause a lot of people be trying to send me eyes and they be looking horrible, and I can't really read them. Can you show a darker eye? Yeah, I just showed y'all. Here go a darker eye right here. This eye right here is a dark eye. It's so dark it look black, but it's light on here. That's why it looks like that. There's no such thing as a black eye. This is a dark brown eye. It's called true brown. Blow it up. Right here. This is a dark eye. This is the color of my eyes. My eyes actually look black, but it's actually this color. But remember, it's stimulated and illuminated through light. When you put light on it, you're going to see that it's clearly brown. Yeah, most definitely. I'm gonna have it on the site, and y'all can send me pictures of y'all eyes. Just send y'all names and y'all age and stuff with it, and we'll start reading them. I'm gonna make sure all that's set up on the site though. But look, again, there is no such thing as a green eye, a gray eye, none of that. There's only 3 eyes: lymphatic blue, biliary hazel brown, and homotogenic true brown. Any other colors than that, then you have some inconsistencies going on with the constitutions of your eye. Yeah, metallic, that means she had cataracts, J Storm. She had metallic gray eye pupils. She most definitely had some cataracts or some glaucoma going on. Kimberly said, like me, I can't take the pictures properly. Yeah, we be getting some crazy pictures in. I be like, how am I gonna be able to read that? That's funny. Ebony said, I just sent my mailing address for the giveaway. You ain't too late. You ain't too late, Queen. I got you. Thank you so much. Can I get a consultation? Consultation. It's on the website. Heavy black dot in the eyes look like a period. Worked on radioactive medicine. Yeah, you going? Yeah. So whenever you see them heavy black dots, you're dealing with drug deposits. You're dealing with radiation. Them heavy black dots are called spores, y'all. You're dealing with toxic settlement or drugs, radiation, or too many proteins or nitrogen. Most definitely. I agree with you, Laura. I totally agree with you. All right, family. Look, I can't switch my camera back on because it's gonna hang up on y'all. But look, I do love y'all deed and the truth. I'm just trying to show y'all little things. These are type of things that I'm gonna be teaching inside of my herbal courses. So I just, you know what I'm saying, I want to show y'all little things here or there. I ain't mean to get too much into detail, but you know, I love answering questions, and you know what it is. So I'm gonna start my little rinky-dink class off. I'm gonna end it how I started off with this beautiful picture right here. If y'all got some understanding, overstanding, and understanding, type in some 9s for me, and we're gonna get up out of here. And hopefully I see y'all again Tuesday. But this is the type of stuff that we are offering inside of our herbal classes. Herbal classes will be up in a few months. Can't wait. It's gonna be beautiful. All praises. All right, family, I'm gone. I'm out. Let me log up out this deal.